preferred displacement. Yo, you guys want to win my dream Jeep? Because, I mean, I want to win my dream Jeep. Although some guys might argue it's not really a Jeep. You guys can win a 2020 Gladiator. It's the convertible at the top. Comes down to it's a truck, it's a Jeep. Or if you don't like Jeeps, or you think it's a fake Jeep, you can take $50,000 cash. That's up to you. But you guys know these boys, the rich, they make the wallets that look like this. I switched over to one of these wallets years ago, and ever since then, all I have done is switched over other people to these things. Dude, these are the best little minimalist wallets. They hold up to 12 cards, plus they got a low money clip, or you can get a strap for cash. They got 30 different color options, including carbon fiber. You guys get these things in burnt titanium. And the rich is so confident that you will like this wallet that if you guys do not like it and you buy one and you do not like it, you got 45 days, they'll take it back, give your money back. Go to theridge.com/Robbie. You guys can get yourself a wallet, but also every dollar spent before September 18th gets you an entry to win a 2020 Jeep Gladiator or $50,000 cash. And you're getting 10% off of an awesome wallet. So, huge shout out to The Ridge for sponsoring today's video and help making everything that you guys see on this channel possible, because today's gonna be a good day. Like I told you guys in the last video, I'm gonna need you guys to all follow me on Instagram because I already have a couple things that I wanna ask you guys on, like, opinions on what we're doing for the EG.
We had an engine lined up. He said, come anytime, but he didn't give us an address. And now he's not answering us or returning anything. We reached out to one of our boys, and it's gonna be a good day now.
Make sure when this happens to you guys and you have a day where, like, it seems like nothing's going right, and all of a sudden you start having a good day, you celebrate the hell out of that and you enjoy that day, because these don't happen often. Alright boys, here it is. Looks alright, eh? A little bit of rust on the manifold, old battery. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah? I think it'll definitely gonna be faster than the P18.
I think once we give it like our touch, it'll change the engine for a lifetime.
Yeah, no, I would be willing to think so. I mean, no, it's from an Acura, so it's gotta be fast. Just kidding, you guys wish. Actually, you probably don't wish. Alright, so we're back at Nick's place today. You guys remember Tuning by Nick was the one that tuned the EK. He's gonna be the one that handles everything we do with the EG and hopefully everything we do ever, because he's the man for all this stuff. So, first of all, can we just all appreciate this thing? Dude, seeing stock EGs is just so like, and this thing literally looks exactly like mine did, like clean, but like a little bit of rusties. And you imported it from BC.
I did, this car came from Vancouver.
And interestingly, this one is an auto, which I mean, whatever, we buy auto cars all the time and swap them over, but Nick bought this thing as an auto on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. It's an automatic and I did it on purpose, not because it was just like, that's all I could find. You guys are actually seeing this before any of the guys on my channel have got to see it, so this is it. The plan for this EG is to get a K-swap, a turbo setup, and also I'm swapping in a Volkswagen dual clutch DSG transmission into this thing. So it'll be paddle shifted. Those transmissions are super strong apparently, so it'll be able to handle a lot of power. And I think it's gonna be super cool. It'll have like an automatic mode and a manual paddle shifting mode as well. So hopefully it's gonna be one of the first. And basically I have all the bits and pieces to do it. I just have to find some time.
If he's able to pull this thing off, dude, we're gonna have to try and do one day. Cause like imagine this thing ripping by with like little DSG parts. Yeah. I feel like it'll be super cool. Yeah, it'll be super cool and just different, right?
It should be pretty easy to do. It's gonna be way easier than doing the K-Series in the Porsche, so.
K-Series in the Porsche we will get to. I just want to show you guys the engine bay on this thing real quick too, because last time we were here, I said that Nick had like the all-wheel drive RSX, but I never actually showed you guys it was up on the lift. We got busy, we literally just forgot about it, but dude, this thing, Nick's like, look at the manifold. That's what your manifold's supposed to look like. Even though it's heat wrapped, it's hard to tell. You guys can see like a prime example of the manifold not needing to be cut and coming close to the block and putting the turbo on a nice little tilty. It's a different brand, obviously, but like that's what we were hoping to get.
This is a PLM turbo manifold. They work fine. Same turbo that you went with. The same infamous boosted boys, dual ball bearing.
Yep.
And then this is the car that I'm converting to all-wheel drive.
And then you got this cut out for the drive shaft, obviously. That's what this hole's for.
RSXs have a weird, they don't have a tunnel, so you have to actually cut out that spot and make a tunnel for the drive shaft.
Huh. So, you got to do a quick online tuning session.
Pete.
And when he's done helping other people do some boosties, we can go for a little Porsche rip. Dude, seeing one of these things in stock form again literally just makes me want to buy like 5 more of them and just hang on to them. Anyways, the games are over. It's time to move on to some fun stuff. So last time we were here, I was letting you talk about it a little bit. You had a ton of work you still had to do to it. And now, since we left, it's been tuned. It made, how much power did it make?
10 pounds of boost, it made 435.
Damn, that's not bad.
435 and 330 torque.
And is that like your safe zone or?
This is just like the beginning. This is the lowest boost like it would run. Like,
it would only run 10 pounds, so that's where you left it. Come on,
yeah.
guys. You guys know we're gonna be in Driven Toronto this year, and we actually have like unlimited space for Driven Toronto. So we're gonna bring a bunch of the cars. We'll bring the BRZ, Genesis, Civic. We'll bring all our stuff. But I thought it'd be really cool because I know a lot of you guys would absolutely love to see this thing. So can't guarantee it, but I offered Nick a spot to come down and hang out with us at Driven Toronto for the day. So make sure you guys are coming. You can also check this thing out, which is super cool. And I'm gonna go for a spin. Yeah, dude, that is wild. You would never know what's in there.
No.
It's an unpinnable sound. So Nick actually has a couple engines at his house. I called him because we were trying to find out some information on us buying engines and what we should do and shouldn't do. And you guys know Nick's the man when it comes to anything Honda. So we called him, we were trying to get some deets, and he's like, yo, I have engines, come look at them. So we get a ride in a Porsche and we get to go shop Nick's private selection. Where's the window switch on this bad boy? Is it this thing? Nice. No AC, what are you, broke? You drive a Porsche, no AC? So low. Little scrapies. Dude, the sound is just unreal. That's like one of my favorite parts.
Sounds good. Like it doesn't sound wrong.
No, it doesn't sound raspy. Like a lot of times, like a straight dump like that, you would think it would sound bad. Damn, it's smooth. That was the hottest. This thing, it's beautiful, but there's no AC, dude, and we got stuck in traffic for most of the drive. Gotta work on it, you gotta get some AC in here. This guy just shows up in luxury, you're probably cold.
I am.
Look at him.
Damn. Man, I can say this thing sounds nothing like a Honda. No. I'll tell you that much.
No, right? It doesn't sound like a Porsche either, though.
No,
it sounds like nothing.
It has its own like noise.
It was super fun. We didn't get to do a lot of messing around because, like I said, there was like super dense traffic. So we made it to Nick's private little engine storage facility where he just collects things he thinks he needs. So basically, from what I've gathered so far, 2 of these are basically spare Porsche engines.
Yeah, and I have 2 more
just
elsewhere.
Collecting them.
I have 4, I think. 4 extra Porsche engines there. The Honda 9th Gen Civic Si engine.
So the 9th gens, all I know is that they have this like center exhaust port thing, which I don't really know a whole lot about, but I know that it's a pain in the ass.
It's not good for NA setups. For turbo, it's great. These engines are great. They're high compression, they make good power. If you want to go turbo, if you're gonna go NA, not so great. So then you go with the more traditional regular TSX K24. So K24 A2, because it has like the 4 traditional exhaust ports on the back.
Which is interesting. Oh, so there's no exhaust ports underneath this.
That's the exhaust port, 1 single exhaust port.
Oh.
So
I was just gonna say, it's weird that a log manifold does bad, but that does good. But that is the exhaust port. So it's just a big hole back there?
Yeah, it's like if you look closely, it like actually does a good job of directing all the exhaust gases.
Oh, there you go. Now you learned something, because I learned something, so somebody's gotta learn something. So we're basically looking at K24 A2s. Oh, I guess I never told them that. We just started showing you guys engines, I never even said it. So, we'll go over everything. I guess once we get an engine back home, I'll go over the whole thing. But, surprise, we're getting a K24. I feel like we did a very terrible job at like, I was gonna hide it from them. We're looking for a K24 A2, which is this guy and this guy. Obviously, I'm more drawn to this guy as it's complete.
Yeah,
and
I think that would be the one to go with.
Yeah, it's just less sourcing stuff for us to do.
Yep, it needs a good clean. K24s are slightly taller. They're almost an inch taller than a K20.
Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. We gotta get a tuck pan or that.
So like, you're gonna have issues with clearance in the EG for sure.
Oh boy.
Nice. We love clearance issues. We love clearance issues. You got anything taller that we can take home with us? All right, we talked some business. We're gonna take this thing home. Nick's just trying to test fit, see if we can get some extra goodies like half shaft and whatever that we have while we're here, and he has buckets full of stuff. That one's a no-go?
I don't think that's the right one.
Nice. want to say this really quickly before I forget. August 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're having the Committed Cruise last summer. Is it the last summer drop? It's a summer drop for sure. We're restocking the white scoop tees. We got the blue circle logo tees coming back. And of course, we have the holographic stickers. We have regular stickers, and we got all 4 jet tags, as well as lower windshield banners. So I'm not gonna spend all day telling you about this kind of stuff, but follow the Committed Crew on Instagram or go to the Committed Crew's website, sign up for the newsletter so you do not miss out.
First things first, we gotta introduce K24, Jasmine, K24.
This thing is very much so a mystery engine. Nick said he bought it with absolutely no knowledge, no background. This K24 is a complete mystery engine, so we're just hoping that everything works out nicely with it. It's a little bit higher mileage. You guys can tell it's got like valve cover is leaking like crazy. This side, the whole thing's just covered in grease. I'm not entirely sure what's leaking. Sometimes I guess this spot could be leaking, the timing chain, the whole timing chain cover could be leaking. What I just find interesting is this looks exactly like a K20.
Yeah, it does.
They look exactly the same.
They do, really. The only difference really that you can notice right off the bat is the intake manifold.
Yeah, exactly. And what we're gonna end up swapping an RBC manifold onto this. So once we put one on there, dude, it's literally gonna look exactly the same. So for those of you guys that don't know, K24 versus a K20, basically, there's no replacement for displacement. Doesn't rev as high as the K20. The K20 revs to, like Nick said, like 9 grand cakewalk. Yeah. This thing, after it's tuned and stuff, Nick said like 8,500. Right. But this makes more torque just because simply it has more displacement. So even if they both made 500 horsepower, chances are this engine will be faster because it's able to make more torque because it's a bigger engine. Downfall on that is it has thinner cylinder walls, because I'm just looking at it, gonna tell you it's probably the same block. It's like LS's and B18s and all that kind of stuff. They're all like the same block, just bored out differently. So my guess is that this is a K20 block, bored out bigger for a K24, ends up having thinner cylinder walls. And also because the other one's from a Civic Si, it's kind of like more meant to be tuned. This one is from just a TSX. This is actually from an 05 TSX, so the 06s are a little bit better, but we have some big plans for this thing, so it's okay. But because it's not from like a tuner or wannabe tuner car or whatever, the pistons and rods aren't as good. So Nick says pistons and rods are a must for the power goal that we're trying to get on this thing. Otherwise, we're gonna be snapping some Doritos inside of there. And to go ahead and pair up to that, we actually got the K20 Z3 trans. So this is the ideal trans that we could have had in the EK, but I got a really good deal on the one that we have in there instead. From the Civic Si that our engine is from. This is 6-speed LSD. Honestly, it looks really similar to the one that we have in the EK. The one that we have in the EK though is a 5-speed. It's from a base RSX, and then someone swapped the LSD into it, the previous owner, before we bought it. So this one just has the extra gear, which is actually gonna be really nice. 6 speeds are obviously a little bit more ideal, and especially the EK, we were having a little bit of overheating problems, because when you're on the highway cruising like fast, it's high in the RPMs, because it's not, you need the extra gear. So having it in this will be good. It comes with a stock LSD. This thing should work exactly like we want it to. So today's video is actually gonna be the first video where we give you guys a vote on like very crucial engine building process stuff for this. Basically, our thought process was very, very, very simple. K-swap the world. Pretty much, dude. K-swaps, they're simple. They make power very easily. I know that we've messed around with the EK a little bit, but like we could have just done what we're doing right now the first time and made easy power. Like since we moved home, we have made some really good connections and friends with people like K-tuned, right? K-tuned, that's not B-tuned. That's not D-tuned, that is K-tuned. And not to mention, we had fun, and we actually, we just like working on these engines, so we wanted to try it out. And like I said, we already did K20 swap the EK, so we wanted to change it up a little bit. So we got the K24 because they are different kind of like feature-wise. And our plans for Jasmine are to have it like we saw, like an absolute beast, but like show car E. So we're gonna make this thing like prettier than the K20 is right now, which is saying a lot. And more powerful than the K20 is about to be. We got a huge build on our hands. Here's what I'm gonna let you guys choose. We're throwing it back to the old Civic days where we literally throw the stuff up to a pole and let you guys vote on it. We have 2 different opinions being thrown at us right now, and me and Green Beanstalk over here, we don't know what to do.
We can do an all engine build, pistons, cams, rods, all the good stuff, all the bolt-ons, and try and slam out and milk this thing for as much as we can get out of it. And then you guys know what you can get out of your K24 or K series. Or we can do like we always do and just boost the thing and go for high numbers And we could still tweak the internals and still maybe do pistons and rods, because like Robbie was mentioning before, these piston rods, they're not really super good for that stuff. So anyways, those are your two options. Build the engine, bolt on, beef that thing up, or boost it.
And like seriously, if you guys comment right now, like those comments don't get tallied into the vote. I'm sorry, but they just don't. They don't get counted. You have to go on Instagram and go on the poll. The poll will go out the same video this day goes out, so it all flows nicely. That is where you get to vote. Sean from K-Tuned was telling us that a lot of people buy K-swaps, like swap kits, sorry, and they say like, yo, I'm just gonna build the motor for now. I'm gonna save up for a turbo kit and then I'm gonna boost it. It got us thinking like, every time we want power, we just throw a turbo at something. Would you guys wanna see us build an all-motor Civic? We'll consider what you guys are like saying and talking about, but the actual hardcore voting, like I said, doesn't happen here. So that's what we haven't decided yet. We honestly just don't know. Go vote, let us know your thoughts. I hope you guys are pumped. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and stay committed.